let me show you one of the fastest and easiest ways for getting high-paying video clients. And I'm gonna do this here using LinkedIn. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, set one up. And this process is really simple. You could do this right after watching this video. I'll show you some advanced search options that I haven't seen anyone else covered. So hopefully that could get you results pretty quickly. Let's jump in. So first, make sure you create a LinkedIn profile because we're actually gonna find the ideal clients here and then reach out to them, but they may look at your profile. So you really need to set one up and kind of optimize it, make sure it's completely filled out. That doesn't take much time at all. Then right over here, there is a search option. Now let me show you a couple different advanced search options, and then I'll show you exactly how to find the people that you want to target. The goal here with LinkedIn is finding clients that you could make videos for. Now, they could typically be business owners or someone in charge of making that decision to hire a vendor for a video. I'll show you a couple of different examples. But one of the best ways before you approach this search is knowing a niche or an industry you want to target. I'll show you here with a law firm example. It's one of the easiest ones to target using LinkedIn. So we're going to create a marketing video for law firms. Restaurants, also a little bit of higher end restaurant, could also be a very good place to start. So then the next step is I'm gonna use quotation marks here to do my search because it's actually gonna narrow the results and find the people that have this word in their bio, okay? So in this case, I am going to target lawyers. So I'm gonna type in lawyer, and this is a quick shortcut that you could do for your search. You could type in or, it has to be in capital OR, and then type in another word that could be in their bio. So in this case, I know lawyer and attorney are two words they use to describe themselves from my research. So I'm gonna search for that. And then there's another keyword that is and. So A-N-D, again, all cap. That's gonna say, are they a lawyer and? So one is, the or is expanding your search. The and is narrowing it down. So I'm gonna make sure they're also partner. Okay, so I'm gonna type that in quotation marks. So they have to be either a lawyer or attorney, and they have to be a partner because that means they're a decision maker at the firm. And I'm gonna say, see all results right here. I'm gonna press enter. Now, if you look over here under the search results, lawyer or attorney in the title right here, you see that they have it in their bio, and partner, so they have the word partner here, you could see that. I got almost 1 million search results, right? Way too many. So the next step in the process is I need to make sure they're near me so I could actually show up and create a video for them. So I'm gonna look up greater Chicago area here, but again, you could do this based on your location or your country. I'm gonna go ahead and show results, narrow it way down to 9,000, right? 9,000 is still a lot of people around me that fit this exact niche that I'm targeting. Then the next thing I wanna do is I could go to all filters over here if I want to narrow it down even more. So there's going to be some options here like past companies they worked at. But a lot of times, if I'm going broader and I'm not specifically targeting law firms, I will look at industry. This is one of my favorites when I'm going a little bit broader and not niche specific. That's going to be coming up in 1 minute here. So you can refine it further. In this case, I'm not going to, but what I recommend sometimes is you could actually search by connections. So first connection means they're directly following you and you have a connection inside of LinkedIn. Second means you're connected through someone else. So a lot of times if you do it this way, it's gonna narrow it way down. So if I refine it, for example, here, you could see I got down to 450 that have first or second connection with me. Now doing that, that's still 450 different individual people. What I could do next is I could press connect right here. And when you add a connection or you send this message, what you want to do is not just press send, you have to add a note. Now, the more personalized you are here, you should look at someone's profile, see where your angle is. If you have a connection, it's easy. You could use that person's name if you know that person, right? And you're just not connected randomly on LinkedIn. But another thing I typically like to do is not create a pitch here. Basically saying that if there is some sort of value between us that we could exchange, that's what I'm gonna put as my introduction. So this is what you wanna do with about 50 to 100 people per week. So typically I set aside a little bit of time every day. I send these messages here, not a blank one. I add a little bit of note after looking at their profile and see if I could offer some value without it sounding like a sales pitch. Now you could see from the 450 search results, really I need to just close 1 to 2% of that, right? So to get a handful of law firms to get me to create a video for them, and then I could broaden my search and target people after that. Because remember, this is based on connections. So if I remove first and second degree connections, I have 9,000, so I could expand. And then if I decide to basically go in the nearby states, I could expand further. There is really infinite reach here for the amount of work you could get with a very specific niche. Now, this is a numbers game. So let's say you send it to 50 to 100 people, about 20% or so are gonna give you a positive response, meaning they're gonna accept you, right? If they're not, that means you're not quite doing enough research and personalizing your notes to make it valuable to them. Once you do make that connection, again, if you're going through 9,000 people, just spread it out over time. Once you do make that connection, you want to follow up with something valuable to them, right? In a lot of cases, you could be like, hey, we're making marketing videos for law firms around the Chicagoland area. We've been working with a few. Give some examples if you have. Is this something that we could help you with? It helps you get clients. Something along those lines. Again, there's lots of examples you could look up online for exactly how to tailor that message. But again, you work the numbers. As you connect with more and more of them, let's say 20 messages went out like this, you really are trying to get 1 or 2 of them to become your client. And then you do have to be persistent. You can't just send one off and then hope they get back to you. You have to have a system. You could use a simple Google spreadsheet. Now, let me show you one more thing for going a little bit broader. If you don't really know what your niche is, you don't want to target law firms, let me show you exactly how this one works. So let me go ahead and reset this search option right here. And let's go up here. I'm going to delete everything here. So one of the people that is a decision maker at most companies for hiring any type of marketing or video service is their CMO. So this is your chief marketing officer. And I'm going to go ahead and do an or, and director of marketing is another title that you will find. So director of marketing. So I'm going to go ahead and see all search results here. And I'm going to go down here to people, see all people, right? I'm going to make sure this is all cap. I don't know if I put it in all cap. Make sure this is in all cap, the or it doesn't do the results. Then I'm going to search the same location, Greater Chicago, one more time. So they have to be either a CMO or director of marketing. That's their job title. There's 15,000 results. Now, if I go to the all filter tab, check this out. This is where I could get industry specific, right? So I could see maybe I want people that work in healthcare. So director of marketing, for example, at a hospital or healthcare organization. And I could see all the different financial services, for example. So I could really narrow it down here. So this way, I find my niche using this title search, or I could just start broader and go through these people's profile and see what kind of places they work in and then pick my niche that way. You really want your message to really hit home for that one specific person. So a director of marketing at a hospital, if you've made a previous video targeting that same type of a niche, a hospital, gets a lot better results than generally contacting everyone that's director of marketing, all 15,000 people. Because it's a numbers game, you don't want to have a low result, right? You want the results for the initial connection to be around the 20% range. So you really need to custom tailor each one. And then after that, you want to close about 10% of the people that actually contact you. Okay, so that's about 1 to 2% from the ideal prospects here down to your clients. So play the numbers game, you'll improve over time, but this is something I recommend you jump in and try right away. Let me know in the comment section if you've tried it before, and I hope to catch you on the next video.